This video will show you how to add a zipper to a bag that has a binding at the top. Now you can add this zipper after the bag is already finished. You will have to remove the handles to do that and any buttons that you may have put on the top of the bag. This bag happens to be the Block Party bag by Aunties too. You can put the zipper on in one of two ways. Either the zipper can be short and it can open just wide enough at the top of the bag, or the zipper can be much longer, which gives you much fuller access to your bag. And you can see from this that the zipper is much wider than the top of the bag. You can do either one of these. Now, I like to use the zippers by Annie. I find that they have a much wider seam tape, zipper tape rather, than some of the other more common all-purpose zippers, but you can use either. For the smaller bag, I did use an all-purpose zipper. For the larger bag, I used the by Annie's zipper. She makes some great purse parts. So the first thing that you'll want to do is you want to finish the ends of the zipper. As you can see from here, the ends of the zipper are generally cut on zigzag, and you'll want to finish those off. If you're doing the small bag, where the ends of the zipper, the very end of the zipper, is going to be enclosed with the binding, then you'll simply take a binding strip, so some leftover binding that you have. I use 2.5-inch binding when I make bags. Iron your binding strip, fold it in half, iron your binding strip right sides out, and then take your binding strip, open it up, and fold the raw edges to the center, and then fold that in half one more time. Just slide that piece of fabric over the edge of the zipper and stitch across. Now if you're doing the larger bag that has a much longer tape, what you'll want to do is finish the raw ends of your end cover. So you'll just fold that over like that. Fold it in half. Slide that onto the end of the zipper tape. See if I can do this. And then stitch it across. That gives a nice clean finish to the end of the zipper. It also adds a little weight to the end of the zipper. So finish your ends, and then what you will do is you're going to enclose the zipper in your binding when you finish your bag. So at this point, this is if you're in construction on your bag, this is the best time to add your zipper, is right after you've sewn your binding on, before you put your handles or any external embellishment on the bag. It's just easier to do that. So take your zipper. Now I'm going to move these poles out of the way. Find the center of your zipper, and you can see that I've marked that with white chalk. This bag is convenient because the center of the bag is got a seam right down the center, so that's easy to see. Match the center of the zipper tape with the center of the bag. Fold the binding over. Also, you're going to match the top edge of the zipper tape with this binding seam. Now you've sewn your binding on. That has created a seam on the inside. Just match the top edge of your zipper tape with that seam. Fold your binding over, and then you're going to pin that on. You might want to give it a little tug to make sure it's well pinned in there. Then we'll just continue to fold that binding over and pin it on. Fold that binding over, put the edge of the zipper tape on the seam, fold the binding over, and pin it on. Now, if you're doing a shorter zipper, like in this smaller bag, move this out of the way, you're going to continue to pin that right through the end of the zipper tape and over the raw edge of this finishing piece that's on the end of the zipper. So you'll do that on both ends. So pin it right through. If you're doing the larger bag, you are going to angle out the edge of the zipper tape under the binding, probably 3 or 4 inches before the actual corner of the bag. That just gives it a little bit of room in there to pull out so you can close it easy. So then what you'll do, I'm going to show you on this one because it might be a little clearer. You'll sew all along very, very close to the edge of your binding. Now you will see that stitching on the outside of the bag, so make sure that you use coordinated thread. But you'll sew one side, then you'll go back and attach the other side of the zipper the same way. Close the bag right up. You can add your handles, add any outside embellishments, and that's an easy way to put a zipper in a bag. Thank you.